If humans have truly learned how to love, then why, after thousands of years, is narcissism still multiplying like a silent epidemic? In fact, it's spreading, quietly yet unmistakably, in relationships, in families, at work, and all over social media. We're living in the age of image, a time when egos are polished and worshipped, where people no longer seek understanding, only admiration, where love becomes a transaction, a trade of attention for power. And in that spiral, narcissists are either born or naturally raised. We're living in the age of image, a time when egos are polished and worshipped, where people no longer seek understanding, only admiration, where love becomes a transaction, a trade of attention for power. And in that spiral, narcissists are either born or naturally raised. From religion and philosophy to neuroscience, humanity has spent thousands of years trying to understand itself. But if we truly understood, if we truly knew how to love the right way, then the world would be an easier place to live in, a place where people wouldn't have to protect themselves, even in something called love. So what's really going on? Why hasn't narcissism faded, and instead become more common, more sophisticated, and more dangerous than ever? Narcissism isn't a new phenomenon in human society. It has existed since ancient times, when empires, religions, and political systems were born. Back then, people didn't just seek to survive. They sought to prove their worth by controlling others. But what makes narcissism today particularly dangerous isn't its nature. It's the environment in which it now grows. A world that worships image, craves attention, and values personal success more than ever before. Social media, mass media, and modern cultural norms have unknowingly fueled its spread. We take photos, edit them, post them, not just to capture memories, but to affirm our existence in front of hundreds, even thousands of strangers. And the more likes we get, the more followers we gain, the more inflated our egos become. It's the perfect breeding ground for narcissism, especially malignant narcissism, to thrive. Of course, not everyone who enjoys taking photos is a narcissist. Not everyone who's confident is manipulative. But if we don't clearly distinguish between healthy self-esteem and a distorted ego, then the line between a normal person and a narcissist begins to blur. The danger lies in this. Narcissists don't always show their toxicity up front. They can be charming, articulate, emotionally intelligent, and it's that very awareness that makes them more manipulative. They don't need to yell or threaten. They can make you feel guilty with a smile, make you doubt yourself with kind words, until little by little, you disappear, while they grow stronger from what you've lost. Today, narcissism wears many masks. Some use kindness. Others weaponize weakness to gain pity. Some always seem like the victim, even when they're the ones pulling the strings. Narcissists aren't just selfish. They're masters of hiding the truth, twisting reality, and flipping the script. And because they never think they're wrong, they never feel the need to change. That's why narcissism is so hard to heal. Not because change is impossible, but because they don't believe they need to. In a narcissist's mind, the world is a stage, and everyone else exists to serve the lead role, them. Your feelings don't matter as much as whether they're admired, noticed, or praised. When you enter a relationship with a narcissist, you often don't realize you're being hurt. You explain away their control as care, their jealousy as love, and even their insults as a response to stress. They don't hurt you from the start. They build trust first, and then break it. They make you feel special, and then use that feeling to control you. Modern society has created the ideal space for these behaviors to grow. We live fast, communicate shallowly, and are more influenced by appearances than depth. In a world like this, narcissists don't just exist, they're celebrated. They become influencers, speakers, leaders, because they know how to perform, how to tell stories, and most of all, how to make others feel like they matter. This isn't society's fault. It's the consequence of a system built on performance, speed, and impressions. The less time you have to truly understand others, the easier it is to be fooled by how they appear. And narcissists are masters of appearance. The rise of narcissism also stems from a very common fear, the fear of abandonment. Most narcissists have experienced deep wounds in the past, but instead of healing, they choose control so they'll never be hurt again. They build a shell of perfection, strong, seductive, impressive, but inside is a soul filled with fear, doubt, and aching loneliness. The saddest part is, while the narcissist manipulates to survive, those close to them are slowly drained. Self-respect, trust, personal freedom all fade away, and even worse, many people don't realize they're in a toxic relationship until they've almost lost themselves. That's why narcissism isn't just a personal issue, it's a societal one. And if we don't learn to recognize it, to set clear boundaries, and to nurture true self-worth, this world will only become more crowded, with people who love themselves in all the wrong ways, hurting others without even knowing it. Thank you for staying with me until the very last moment. If today's message spoke to you, please leave a comment below. Share your thoughts, your story, or even just a simple hello. It's how we build deeper connections, not just through the screen, but through shared awareness and emotional healing. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss upcoming videos. We will continue exploring the hidden layers of narcissism, toxic relationships, and the journey of healing from within. Every like, share, or interaction from you fuels the growth of this channel and helps spread these meaningful messages further. I'll see you in the next video on the journey to understanding and protecting your own soul.